Hello, everybody. Good morning or good afternoon. What time is it? Oh, it's afternoon. Okay, good morning and and I just figured it was afternoon. I still say good morning. Well, good morning anyway. I just started making these flowers. They're not flowers, these are stars. And I understand they're called Scandinavian stars. And I think they're so beautiful. And and I used to make these out of paper years ago, but I had forgotten how to make them. And then I saw somebody doing a video, and so I looked at the videos. Well, actually, went on 3 videos because I was getting confused, and so then I seen other people. So I said, "Well, let me see how they do theirs." And so within the 3 videos I watched, I figured out how to do it. And but I remember making these back in school, in junior high school. We used to make these out of bubble gum, not bubble gum, out of chewing gum wrappers, and make these little stars like this. But of course, I wouldn't remember now how we did it way back then. So now I have got myself taught how to do them again. So I'm going to do one now, and I think we'll see. We'll see. After making this many, I should know what I'm doing. But first of all, you need to have 4 pieces of fabric. Now, the fabric that I'm using is 4 inches by longer. This one is, I think, what they suggest. What I seen on the videos that I watch is like if you have it 4 inches wide, you need it 14 inches long. If it's 3 inches wide, you need 13 inches long. So you add the 10. But there's one part of this. There's one part of this when I see it on the videos that I just can't wrap my head around. And so now these you really need to iron good too. But the part I can't wrap my head around is where they tell you. Just a minute, I'll tell you when I get to that part. Okay, what you have to do is you need to iron these. You really do need to iron them, and you need to iron them. Now I'm gonna iron that exactly in half, exactly right in half. Okay. Let me see. Do I got that exactly right in half? I think so. Okay, and so there I got it exactly right in half. And now I'm going to turn up this, go right to that crease where I just ironed it exactly right in half. And I'm going to iron that up, that edge up to the crease. Now, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So the whole thing is kind of folded like you would fold a piece of bias tape, although this is not cut on the bias. This is cut on the straight of the grain, but it's kind of done the same way. And apparently some people have even used like a wide bias tape to make these that are already a double folded bias tape. See, now I got those two ironed in those edges, and so now I'm going to go back and press it now till it's right pressed in half. I don't usually do things with instructions, and that's usually I don't do well with instructions, so this is really going out of my comfort zone. Okay, so here what we have now is these ones already pressed, and so I have 2 different colors. I have 2 different colors. Now, just make sure, give them an extra press. And most people will starch these. A spray starch or a fabric stiffener or something. Well, I don't have that right now anyway, so it's just going to be, it works okay this way. Now, like I say, these should actually be 14 inches, but I have these ones These red ones are 15, and I think the blue ones are 16. That doesn't matter. Okay, and so what we're going to do now to start is I'm going to take. Oh wait, I have to iron them in half. I got to fold them. So now I just fold them equally. Now some of the this is where my head gets unwrapped. Is some of them show you to fold them this way where you got a little bit more on one than the other, but I don't understand that part. So I just fold them right in half. And when you have one side longer than the other and whatnot, well then I get all kind of confused and stuff. And man, I was born confused, so I don't need to get any more confused. So I just fold them. I just cut them extra long, and then just fold them completely in half. Because the longness of them is, I cut them a little bit more than the extra 10 inches, and then there we go. Okay, now we got them all folded in half. Okay, now, so then I'm going to go here, I'm going to put the 2 and the 2, like this. This is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to make sure that the folded edge is here on this side, and then down here on this side. Whoop, got to turn this one here, here, and here. So all the folded edges, that you got to make sure that that's right. That over here, right here, right here, right here. How do I say that? It's just like all those folded edges have to be like that. So they're at, this one's at the top and this one's at the bottom. This one's at the right, this one's on the left. So as you're going around, if you're going all the way around, it's at the end of that one, at the end of this one, at the end of this one, at the end of this one. That's where you got them, their folded edges. Okay, so now we're going to take this very top one first, and we're going to bring it down here to the middle. Now this opens up here like a mouth. I'm going to take this entire piece right here from the right, and I'm going to put it right in here and close that mouth again. There, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to open its mouth over here, and I'm going to put this whole thing inside. So this one here, this red one is inside the mouth, and this one, red one, put the blue inside its mouth. See, like that. So now, then, we have this one left. Now this one has to go down here, but we'll open its mouth and put this whole thing inside. So that's whole thing's inside there. And there, it's in there. Now here, you're going to take these two ends you have now, and because you can't open this mouth because we're at the hinged part, we're going to just kind of sneak it inside there. Sneak it in and pull it through. Sneak it in and pull it through. Now you have them all set up how they need to be. And so I'm getting too much shadow. Papa, would you turn that big light on again? I'm just thinking maybe I need that on. Okay, I'm pulling these. See how I did that? I pulled those two, and then I'm gonna pull this up here. Thank you, Papa. And then this down here. So now I have pulled. So I got all them folded ends are here, 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 and here. That's where them folded ends are. And see how you see that it's already boxed in right there? Okay, okay, Papa. And so now what I'm going to do, now I'm going to flip these over. I'm going to take this here and I'm going to flip it right here, the top one first, then I'm going to go over here at the 3 o'clock. I'm going to turn it over here, just the top, and then this one goes here, and then this one, as you see, you can't just go over here. This one I have to fiddle it down here now, because here that one is made like a little, like a sleeve here. So we gotta stuff this piece inside there. Stuff it in there and pull that through. Right, okay. Now tidy these up again. Make sure they're pulled not real tight. If you pull them real tight, then they'll wrinkle. So I'm just going to pull them until they're just snug. Okay, so now there they are. Now they're snug. So now what I'm going to do, we still haven't turned this whole thing over right yet. I'm still leaving it up just like I first started. On some of the videos, you do a lot of flipping. And I tried to figure out where I don't have to do all that flipping, because I don't want to, I get flipping confused, you know. So now here we go. Now we're going to start making, we got this middle, see? Now we got to start making the points. So I'm going to start on this one. On my left side of the top, and because see that one there is where I have this one here, see, this goes right through here. That's right. So I don't want to start over here, because there's not a go through place. There's a go through place. Okay, so I'm going to flip this under like this and fold it to where it's like in a triangle. All right, and then I'm going to, I got that like a little triangle, and then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to flip it down. Now, see, like it looks like a pyramid thing there. I'm going to press that. It just helps to press it. Like I say, you can do these out of paper. If you're doing them out of paper, then you just need one strand of paper that's an inch wide and as long as a rope. Okay, then now I'm going to fold it over like you're closing up a book, like that. Now, you don't have to put a clip on it, but I put a little clip. And then I put a clip to kind of hold it. I need an extra finger. And then I'm going to stuff that piece, that extra little piece, right down under there. I just stuffed it under. Now, you do not have to glue these, but gluing helps. Let's see, this one here has no stitching or no gluing. No gluing, no stitching, and it's all together just fine. It'll hold together just fine. Then this one I think I glued. No, that one I didn't glue either. This one here I glued. And just from it banging around, you know, it might come apart. One of them, this one I actually stitched along. So you can do stitching along the edges too to help it just to stay together if it gets fiddled with too much. So, but now if you're going to glue, like I say, you don't have to glue it even. It doesn't need that. But then I take this little bit of glue and I'll just sneak it down in under there, just where I put that fabric under there. Did the glue come out? Just the tiniest, there you go. Just a little bit of glue. Ow, I just touched that arm. There we go. And see, but you don't have to glue it, but that's where you glue. And some people will glue in here too. Okay, we're not going to worry about all that gluing stuff right now. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to do the right side, the left side again by folding this under, just like that, and then fold this one over, just like that. So now we'll press that on in there. Okay, now you see this piece, because this one I had longer, and this one here it's longer than this fold here. So now this is where I just cut off a little piece right here, so it'll tuck in here, but it won't stick out the bottom, because we don't want it to be sticking right out the bottom. Okay, and fold that again in half. And let my clip hold that so that it doesn't go all cattywampus whenever I will turn it here this way, so I can snug. Now I want to snug this piece inside. I'm going to tuck it, see, because that's that opening one. We're going to tuck it inside that open. We're going to tuck it right on in there. Okay. And let's see, get that all straight in there. If you got skinny fingers, you can use skinny fingers, or you can even grab it with your tweezers and get it in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my little spot of glue in here. Just a little spot. We'll put it in here too, just to keep it all pretty. See, there I got them 2 points now. Now I'm going to turn this over here. Oh yeah, now I don't need to turn it because I just turned it here. Now I'm going to take this one again, see, because I want to make sure I have this piece here. I don't want to do this one a point yet, because I don't have a piece for it to go through. And there, because I'll turn it over to get more pieces to go through. And the tunnels, we need tunnels. Okay, so first flip it over this backwards way, and then this. See, here's where I think if I had it any shorter than this, because I just folded them in half and not that extra edge or whatever. See, that just gives me a little piece that's going to tuck under there. And you all might want to look up some more. Just look up Scandinavian star, fabric Scandinavian star, and you'll find more videos that'll show you how. And that explains that extra inch somehow. And I just don't get it. If you guys get it, then you can come to my house and show me how that goes. But there we go. See, that just went right in there. And I'm going to give it a little squeeze of glue. And just so long as you have enough. There we go, a little squeeze of glue. Okay, now we're going to do this next blue one. And then I turn under first. So when you fold it, you're turning it under first. And then for this part, it's over. So you get that whole little pyramid looking triangle thing. I like to press that down tight. And we're going to fold that over. What, Papa? Oh no. Oh, poor Papa. Okay, see, now this one here, this piece is longer, so I'm going to snip some of that off of there. See there? Turn it this way because I can get this in here easier. But I can see my red down there, so I know that I got enough cut off. So the rest of it will hide down inside there. I just kind of poke it in there, nice and flat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue that piece. Just put a little tiny bit of glue there, a little tiniest bit here, so it holds its fold. Now, if I were to have starched this, put starch on it some way, you really wouldn't need anything. Okay, so now I've got all 4 of those ones done. 1, 2, 3, 4. To do these ones now I'm going to flip it over. This is my only flip now. Some of the people, they do a lot of flipping. Flip, 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 flip. By the time you flip 100 times, I'm done flipping crazy. Now this is where I'm going to have, and on my other see, all these are extra little pieces that I've cut off because of the way I do things, all goofy. But so these are definitely going to be too long. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold that under, fold this one over. Now this is way too long on this one, so of course we're going to cut that. And then fold it back, close it up like a little book there. See there? Now, and I'm just put a little clip there to hold that. Now I'm going to, and I just turned it then because it's easier for me to get this tucked in if I go from the side rather than from the top. And get that all in there and get that smoothed out, and that's in there just fine. Okay, and so then I just use that clip as just a little hold, little glue there, little glue here. Oops, I got it on the outside, but it dries clear, so we're not going to let that, we're not going to lose any sleep over that one. There we go. Now we're ready for this one, and fold under first and then over till you get that point up there. There we go. Give it a good press, and then cut off that extra. And these extra pieces, because I do a lot of things with scraps, it's easier for me just to make things a little bit, just to make them a little, do it a little longer than they say, and then fold them pieces right in half and not come up with that extra little piece. Yeah, because that confuses me. It doesn't take much to confuse me, but I got to cut a little bit more off of that. I can see it's just a little long. We'll do that. Now I'm going to tuck that into its little tuck spot here. Get that tucked right in there, and then I'm going to give that its little spot of glue. And then I'm going to go up here, and just a little spot of glue in there, and just hold that right together. There we go. Now we got this one. We're going to fold under first, and then see where you get that fold sideways thing. And we're going to go over this side. This is where I like to press, and you don't have to press. You might be able to do it without. And but I'm a presser. I'm a presser. Okay, let's go ahead and fold that. Oh, I want to first cut this. Get that off of there. There we go. That's good. Now fold. So I would say, let's see, I would say, I would say if you're cut, to make it easier and but you have a little extra, is I would cut my pieces to 4 by 16, 4 by 16 actually, and then you really have enough fabric to. I've had mine different lengths, and but so that you be sure to have enough fabric to tuck under and not have to. I like I say, I can't figure out that other, like some of the other ones showed. But there we go. See, now I only have one left. I'm going to fold that under first to make that corner. And then we're going to fold this one over. And you have that. Okay, see, and I got that whole long piece on there that I don't need. Well, let me press this first. And then I'm going to cut that off. And it won't go to waste. I'll use that for something. I got a lot of pieces that size now. And since I'm really, I didn't cut quite enough off of that one, so let me cut just a tad more off. Then we'll go over here. And I'll give it a little extra hold with my little clip. And then we're going to tuck this in. This one's looking very patriotic, isn't it, with the red, white, and blue. There we go. And that is it. That is it. And like I say, gluing is an option. But I'm putting a little glue in there. You can use your fabric glue or whatever, but that's kind of a, tacky glue is fine. And there it is. That is the whole thing. And see, I have some of these little flowers like this. I have different little flowers that I can take and put a flower in the center, or if you wanted to sew a bead in this, or you don't have to put anything in the center. I've got different kinds of flowers. Beautiful. I just love little flowers. But see, I have all kind of different little silky flowers and beautiful flowers. And so see, there might be even like that blue one, or well, I'm just loving these white organza flowers. Or I have some of these little flowers. This is pretty too. These kind of flowers. So see, you can put, or even a little tiny itty bitty flower. I really like these little organza flowers. I think I'm gonna let that one have that organza flower. Then you can buy these kind of little flowers in a strip. Oh, see, that would be pretty right there too. Just that. Did I turn you guys off? I hope not. Oh no, you're still there. Okay, see, that one is still pretty too. There's still these organza flowers. I love them so much. I love them. I'm not going to put a flower on right now though, because I might want to change my mind later. But that's it. And it looks the same on both sides, and it's hefty weight because you have folded these fabrics over so many times. And so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here, I think it's about 8 layers of fabric right there in the centers. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think about 8. no, even more than that, because each one of these is 4. 4, 8, might be 16 layers of fabric in here, which makes it for a very hefty weight. But I'm going to be giving an ornament to each one of my like I'm gonna put the tie up here. You can put a string in the center and have it hang this way, or you can put a string here, like a piece of ribbon or something, just to make a hanging thing. And so I think I'm gonna have mine from this right here, from the corner, and not the center of the square, and that so it'll hang this way. And this is what I'm gonna. My family is going to get these stars as a ornament this Christmas, and I think they're just so pretty. I just love them. You could make them all one color if you want to, or you could make each one of these strips a different color. And so which I've made mine all 2 colors. All of mine are 2 colors, and I like it with the 2 colors. But I mean, if you were to make them all even, really white or ow, quit touching that iron, Elizabeth Marie. And so scoot you over a little bit. But look at all of them I've got so far. I just love them. I think I kind of like this one here with the white and the. I like that one. I think a whole lot. I like them all though. They're all, and I don't like this. It doesn't match. The 2 colors don't really match, but they don't have to. This one here is just kind of a out in the yard. This one's a out in the yard kind of color. I think that is pretty too, though. I shouldn't make fun of it. I'm not making fun of it. It's just pretty. But anyway, I hope you all want to try these. Um, I'm not the best when it comes to giving directions and stuff. I try. I try, but okay. Let me see. Let me find here. Helen Steiner Rice is going to read to us today poems for all seasons, and so I'm going to go to the back of the book because we're in the winter season, and right here it's daily thoughts for daily needs. Let us live Christmas every day. There's a lot of Christmas ones in here. Let's read this one here, The Gift of God's Love. Let's try that. Let's see what that one says. Yep, Aaron, I was wanted to check. Aaron Morrison gave me this book. The Gift of God's Love. All over the world at this season, expectant hands reach to receive gifts that are lavishly fashioned, the finest that man can conceive. For purchased and given at Christmas are luxuries we long to possess, given as favors and tokens to try in some way to express that strange, indefinable feeling which is part of this glad time of year, when streets are crowded with shoppers and the air resounds with good cheer. Put back of each, back of each tinsel-tied package, exchange as this gift-giving season, unrecognized often by many, lies a deeper, more meaningful reason. For born in a manger at Christmas, as a gift from the Father above, an infant whose name was called Jesus, brought mankind the gift of God's love. And the gifts that we give have no purpose unless God is a part of the giving, and unless we make Christmas a pattern to be followed in everyday living. That's very good. I should have read that first and then read it out loud, because I get a little tongue-tied. But this is true. Unless God is part of the giving, and unless we make Christmas a pattern to be followed in everyday living. So not just on Christmas Day. And then it doesn't mean gifts like tokens. I mean, you can give a gift of a smile or just a hug or just a love is such a gift. And so that is a gift of God's love. And yep, we are coming up on Christmas. I'm telling you, this year is just passing us by so quickly, and we have to stop and smell the coffee, smell the roses, smell the love. Just yeah, that's what we need to do. Okay, that's about it for today, ladies and gentlemen, and guys and gals, and unicorns and buffaloes. Um, I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, secure, keep you happy, healthy, and humble. By all means, be humble. Don't try and live above your raisin. Okay, and God bless and keep you all. And please come back to the next video. Hopefully that won't be too far away. God bless you all.